Okidoki, I've been seeing some comparisons being made to a few other shows due to the staff and the concept. I can definitely say that after watching this, the show definitely stands on its own 2 feet, albeit stumbling a little. There's definitely parts I dug, and other parts not as much. To sum up my feelings, it would be that there's a lot of potential, and I want to discuss the good and the bad points. So let's get into it. Reagan's 9 to 5 resides Incognito Inc., a company responsible for every conspiracy that exists. The moon landing? Fake. Illuminati? Rival company. Vaccines? Actually, I didn't really get into that one, probably because of the current climate. Pussies. The comedy for this is pretty snarky. We're basically chock-a-block full of gags making fun of conspiracies and an orgy of sex and drug jokes. The writing for this is pretty clever. I burst out laughing multiple times during this. I do however find that it can get overpowering at times. It's non-stop puns and pop culture references, and our main cast of characters, outside of Reagan and Brett, can feel a bit reductive when their personalities can oftentimes not go past a crackhead and a walking set of schlongs. Luckily enough, this gang of irredeemable masters of manipulation are still very endearing. We just need some more character arcs to flesh them out past their one-liners. Like, a genocidal robot gets a better character arc than most of our mains, and he deserves it because I love whenever he's on screen. I like how the main 2 have major social issues. I'm not sold on them constantly telling me that they have major social issues. The show isn't subtle. Reagan and Brett have to make sure we know about their deep-seated trauma quite a lot. It's written to feel somewhat natural, but you notice every time, and it does start to feel like they're shoving relatability down your throat. Which I admit kinda works. I very much enjoy that Reagan is one meltdown away from being a supervillain, and Brett needs everyone to like him so that he can like himself. I'm a sucker for flawed characters, and at least one of them is repressing a lot of shit. The episodic moral messages are also a bit in your face. It's like a kid's show for adults, teaching us how to be decent human beings, like being more social and not to replace your family bonding with advanced robotics. It definitely feels like this show is trying to figure out where it's going, seeing what works and what doesn't as it tries to make a name for itself. I'm seeing elements of how the show can be more covert like its premise. The show is literally about government secrets. It's got hidden frames and possible codes in the intro, and some blink you'll miss moments with a character pulling the strings of the shadow puppeteers. We just need a bit more of that in the comedy and the character writing. The biggest appeal of this show is definitely the concept. It's dope as fuck. We've all seen these type of stories before, a sci-fi concept put into a workplace scenario. Men in Black are probably the most famous examples. Loki and Umbrella Academy coming in recently with the Time Police. This time it's all about the world's secrets handled by desk jockeys, which is an idea that makes me froth at the mouth, thinking about all the crazy stuff you can do with this. Anything can exist under the veil of the shadows. Like, the world building is amazing. Basically, every conspiracy is true, except for Flat Earth, because what kind of fucking idiot believes in Flat Earth? Everyone knows it's hollow. Looking at one of the most infamous conspiracies, the fake moon landing, it's teased in the opening, but with the technology available in this world, it makes no sense why they would need to fake it, unless the original astronauts decided to make up their own colony, declare independence, forcing America to cover up a partition. There's so much they have yet to explore as well that has been teased across the series. Atlantis being visible from space and is constantly photoshopped from pictures of Earth. The inside of our planet containing mole men and krakens. And World War III that's apparently about America invading Antarctica for war soil, because that's valuable for some reason. I want to know more about how exactly we're all being controlled. I just hope there's enough conspiracies to make more interesting episodes. I don't have enough tinfoil experience to know what's currently being speculated, but I imagine new ones come up quite often in our day and age. Talking about a certain conspiracy episode, it uses a trope I really dislike, the love interest traitor. Thank you TV tropes, I couldn't find a way to define it in a short phrase, but I'm going to define it anyway just in case. To avoid spoilers, a character has a troubled relationship with another character, and we're introduced to someone that seems like a much better person than our second character. Our first one becomes smitten with them and would rather spend their life with them, until it's revealed that they're a murderer, a tyrant, and almost commits mass genocide by flooding the earth. When done with episodic formats, I can't help but see it as lazy writing to make us like a certain cast member more, especially when considering the one being mentioned. I already like them as a character, but you're gonna be hard pressed if you're trying to make me like them as a person. Also, I have to mention, you guys have heard the opening, right? That song is a bop, the full version and the remix they have in the show. It's short so that once you're used to it, it's over before you know it. But it's such a funky beat that your mouse never even goes towards the skip button. The animation sequence for it is a pretty good representation for the show as well. A bunch of world building jam-packed into 30 seconds. I'm definitely excited to see what's to come, with them stowing away characters so they can come back to create some more chaos. Quite a few of them being rogue AI made by our mad scientists. Haven't quite got the hang of the singularity yet. The cliffhanger as well, I really want to see what direction this goes in now that the pyramid has been turned upside down. If they can smooth out some of the edges, or at least keep it consistent, I would not say no to some more seasons. Thanks for watching. If you like this video or want to see more from me, leave a comment below, do all the usual YouTube things, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.